All right, Austin, nice to hear from you, boss man. Nice to catch you on Zoom. I know you're a super busy guy. How's it going?
Good, good. You too. Good to see you guys. How's things?
Awesome.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Kat, do you want to take the lead at the beginning here? Do you have any questions you really want to start with Austin?
Yeah, so just the purpose of this call is to kind of get it. I know you've already given us lots of great feedback, but we just want to see kind of now that you've gone through the playbook, the tools of the trade playbook, we want to see how you're feeling about the whole process in general and just kind of get some feedback to make sure that you're really happy with the program and everything. And yeah, just get some good feedback so we can keep improving.
Yeah.
So basically, the first question I guess I have is, um, walk me through like when you first got into the tools of the trade playbook. Was it what you were expecting? What basically what did you have in mind before you got into it versus like what you when you actually hopped onto the modules? What was your thought process there? Like how did everything work out for you at the beginning?
Oh, yeah. So good question. I guess a couple of things. So initially getting into it, I'm not coming from a background of marketing or I don't have education of that sort to sort of run that stuff. So I was expecting it to kind of be a little bit intimidating at first, but I find the layout of Tools of the Trade Playbook is really good. You hop into your introduction, your first module, and it's very gradual. So it's not like too much information at once. It's just enough to get going. And sort of my ideal with it was to do one section and then see if I could implement it. So I can do it piece by piece. And that works out great because I don't always have time to sit down and do, 6 hours of studying or learning, and then come back to it 6 hours later. So you can kind of hit it at your own pace. You can take in as much information as you want or as little as you want, and then implement it too. So
Yeah.
that's really good. But I've been impressed with it so far. Really good.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to hear. I mean, how did you even get in touch with the tools of the trade playbook? Maybe we should start there. Kind of how did you even hear about us?
Well, I was looking for something different. Like we were getting frustrated with our brick and mortar business, trying to attract clientele. Everybody tells you need to really like amp up your SEO. We changed locations recently too. We moved to like a next city over, in the hopes of kind of increasing our like having better clientele, having more people walk in, see our location. And so we wanted to amp up our marketing as well. But the thing is, like, everybody is just calling you constantly, trying to sell SEO programs, trying to sell services, trying to do your marketing for you. But it's hard to really understand what you're getting and what they're going to do for you. I feel like it's easy to waste money on that stuff. So I heard about Tools of the Trade Playbook, and it was attractive to me because I'm a guy who likes to do stuff hands on myself. And it was perfect, right? So I read a little synopsis on sort of what it was all about. I talked to you, Corey, about it. It was easy to hop on a call with you right away. Um, and you had me sold on it because it's exactly what I need to like
Yeah.
educate myself to be able to execute it.
Okay. And I remember when we hopped on a call, you said you currently actually had an agency, right? What was that agency doing for you? What were they charging? And what value did you get out of it compared to the tools of the trade?
Yeah, so we moved through a couple, which I feel like
Okay.
most people do.
Yeah.
But we started small initially. We just get a little bit of SEO services done. We had someone create a website for us, in the beginning, which was good. The problem was with like the last SEO company that we had was they kind of do like a check-in with you once a month, right?
Yeah.
And so I would sit in with my wife, who started the business herself, and we would try and look at it together because I'm sort of more analytical that way, and I wanted to see, okay, like, are you getting a return on investment here? Because ultimately that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
So they show you metrics of like sort of what they've increased and what they've, whether they've increased calls or whatever, but like the problem I had with it, and I was trying not to be too opposed to them, but the problem I had all the time was that it didn't actually equate to new customers coming in. So they can show you, oh, we've driven more clicks to your website, more, we've created all these pages, we've put all these keywords in, but like it doesn't really mean anything when you get down to like the nitty gritty, when you actually get down to sales, new customers, returning customers. So you just end up feeling like overwhelmed. I think they also do that on purpose a little bit make it feel like it's a big process and that there's a lot of man hours into managing your marketing and managing your SEO, so that you never think that you can do it on your own.
Yeah.
And it ends up being off-putting. And then you give up, you go to the next person and they go, "Oh, this person did it all wrong. They should have been doing this. They should have been doing that. We have a package for you. We can sell to you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
thousands of dollars." Like we were paying $1,600 a month just for those SEO services and really not getting much traction out of it at all.
Okay. And
So,
then when you got access to the tools of the trade, what was your thoughts on what I paid for with the tools of the trade versus the last few months paying 1,600 with this SEO agency?
well, I just feel like it's an incredible deal, when you look at it from that perspective of like educating yourself, right?
Yeah.
If
So
I
did
can,
you cancel the SEO agency or did you like you still have it and the tools of the trade just gave you some information?
well, after we had our call,
Yeah.
we talked a little bit. I told you that we were using an SEO company, and it was nice. You kind of just gave me a few pointers on, well, see if they're doing this, see if they're doing that, and then kind of gauge it. And I was shocked when we had the call with the SEO company for the last update, and there was, basic things that you and I had talked about that I mentioned that they weren't even aware of.
Yeah.
So I thought right away, I'm like, you know what, these guys are not professionals. And it made me feel like a little bit discouraged, but then it wanted me to jump in with 2 feet to tools of the trade playbook because you got to do it yourself. You gotta educate yourself and be able to take the reins on it. Otherwise, you're just throwing money away.
Yeah. For
So,
sure. And what do you think you've learned in the playbook so far? Like what's been the biggest standout for you?
well, a few things. So just getting into a couple modules. Um, a big one was just like super simple one was just optimizing our Google My Business profile.
Yeah.
And it's funny because even from doing that recently, we get notifications through Google like, oh, you have way more views on your Google My Business profile. And we've had people already come in and be like, oh, I just Googled you. I was looking in the area, right?
And before with
So
the SEO agency, you didn't have that.
no, I went on the, it's crazy. Like we go on our Google My Business profile. You think these guys are taking control of it. They didn't even have the right city updated. And we mentioned that we had moved like
And
like
what
two or
location
three
are you
times.
in, if you don't mind me asking?
What's that?
What location are you guys in?
So we're in Ancaster. Yeah,
Ancaster,
Ancaster,
Ontario,
Ontario.
right?
Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
And we had moved from Brantford. So I
Yeah.
go on my Google My Business profile and after doing the one module, I can see like I need to list the local or local cities and within the radius that I want to attract clientele to our brick and mortar. Um, and they didn't even have the city that we were in updated
That
on.
would have been $1,800 a month for that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And
Extra
added.
$200. Yeah. So it's been like a shock to me that Tools of the Trade Playbook is like really breaking it down into like the simplest way for me to handle it. Because let's face it, um, you know, uh, people who have trades companies, people who have businesses themselves, they're professionals at what they do, but this stuff can seem overwhelming. Like I know we all want to come across as like professional and know what we're doing,
Yeah,
but
we're
like,
all Alex or
you know,
Moji, right?
yeah, yeah, we can't do it all. So, um, you know, investing in re-educating yourself on this stuff, it's really not that hard,
Yeah.
to get
I
a grasp.
mean, going into it not being that hard. So I know you left a little cliffhanger. You said with our brick and mortar business, like what do you actually have a license in, and how has the tools of the trade benefited your business?
Okay,
Because it's
okay.
a little different compared to, who we typically work with. So it's nice to hear that somebody's feedback that, hey, you know what, this can benefit other people too if needed.
Yeah, right. Actually, so interesting. So my wife started a med spa. So
Okay.
she's a nurse. She does medical aesthetics, injectables, Botox, skin treatment, stuff like that. She's been running that herself for about 4 years now, and then moved to Ancaster into a bigger location, expanded services and stuff like that. Myself, I'm an aircraft mechanic, so
Okay.
like I kind of understand the trade side a little bit more,
Yeah.
but I'm just stepping in now a little bit more actively to help out with more of the behind the scenes stuff, more of the marketing, more of the accounting and things like that to kind of keep things on track, right?
Yeah.
So I was a little bit, I wasn't sure how Tools of the Trade Playbook was gonna like work with us being not a typical trades company,
Yeah.
but it's meshed actually really good. Like a lot of the stuff carries over. It's very relevant. Whatever doesn't directly maybe match up with brick and mortar or a med spa location or something like that, it
Yeah.
still has elements that you can put into practice, right?
Hmm.
So, or that you can set up.
Yeah. No, that's good to hear, right? So when it comes to, you could say the modules itself and learning, what's you most excited to learn next in the playbook to implement into that business?
Oh, that's an easy one. I really think I'm excited to dive into within the tools of the trade playbook to dive into the Facebook
Okay.
uh, campaigns and advertising because I think that's where we're going to really pick up traction, with advertisements and
Yeah.
kind of funneling clients to us. I think that's going to be a big one. So I'm really excited to get into that.
Okay. No, it's good to hear. It's funny because the we were talking to another business owner there. He's a, just heating and cooling, but he was saying for him, he's really excited to dive more into the Google ads, right? And that was
Mhm.
kind of the thesis with tools of the trade was like, okay, there's professionals and gurus for Google ads, email marketing, Facebook ads, whatever it may be, right? Maybe even billboards, radio ads. But the point is can we build a product that's sufficient to actually give you all forms based on needing lead generation, right? Typically
Mhm.
for the trades, but hey, even for you guys being a med spa, it still works out, right?
Yeah.
So it's nice to see and hear how different people are using different assets of the playbook to really take the business to the next level.
Yeah, I think the tools of the trade playbook is like it's like a buffet. You can take what you want, you can leave it. It's like a toolbox, right? It's like a tool
Yeah.
chest.
Yeah.
You grab what you need, you implement it, you utilize it. You can try something out. If it blows up for you, awesome. You can try something else out for maybe your type of business, maybe your location. It's not super optimal for you, but hey, it didn't cost you $1,600 a month, right? It
Yeah.
just cost you trialing it, implementing it, and seeing what happens. So it's really good that way. It's a good product for sure.
Was when you called your SEO company back, that agency, that hey, why aren't you doing XYZ? You started using like the terminology and the how-to, the tools of the trade. Like, were they
Mm.
kind of taken back by that?
Yeah, it was funny. It was actually funny, how they responded to it. I was trying to be very professional about it, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't expect it at all. So, even with the limited information I had at that point, I was able to kind of ask questions, and then they sort of just backed into the fact that they had like, oh, this is our sales team. We don't really know that. We can get back to you with that information. But at that time, my mind was already made up.
Yeah.
I was ready to go full steam ahead with tools of the trade. But yeah, yeah.
Oh, dude, it's awesome to hear your experience. Kat, do you have any other questions you want to ask when it comes down to the playbook?
No, I think Austin did a really good job of kind of covering everything. I'm glad that the experience was a good one and that you were able to go into it with like limited knowledge and still feel like you could go through the modules and understand it, and that you could take little bite-sized pieces and kind of learn as you go, that didn't have to all be done at once. So you can go back when you have time and learn another thing and another thing.
Yeah.
And that's the good thing too, is that you have lifetime access. You don't have, 3 months to complete everything. You can go back, and it's constantly being updated as well. So you'll see new videos pop up if you want to dive into something else. So, Austin, would you recommend the Tools of Trade Playbook to other trades business owners?
Oh yeah, 100%. And even beyond the trades, I would say you can use this for your brick and mortar location. You can use this for your trades company. It's a really good product.
Yeah.
It's very good for that.
And like I find a lot in small business, right? Like Kat and I, we're the tag team duo with our small business. And it
Mhm.
sounds like it's the same for you and your wife, right?
Yeah.
So, for you, did you really have a lot of computer techie knowledge when it came to getting into this? Or like you said, you were able to just know what your wife did with the med spa and just go dive into and go step by step. Like what was that transition from, being a licensed airplane mechanic to joining forces with your wife and then saying, "Hey, I'm going to handle the admin and the scaling of this business." Like, what's your confidence level like?
Yeah, I mean, I always feel like I'm not a super techie guy.
Yeah,
Sometimes that stuff intimidates me a little bit. And then, I have like a good understanding of the medical aesthetic space because of my wife being in it for a while now. but I'm still not a pro at that either, right? So I can still, come at it and attack it from a novice perspective and be able to implement. It's not a intimidating course to take. It's not something that you feel like, damn, I gotta be a tech genius to implement these things. It's
Yeah.
very step by step. It's gradual. And if I can say something too, I think when it comes to the tools of the trade playbook for accessibility, if there's questions, I love how there's a forum. If there's something I get kind of hung up on, I can type it right into the chat, and Kat or whoever will get back to me right away with an answer
Yeah.
on how I might go about something. So it's really good. You guys are super accessible with that, and I really appreciate that too.
No, that's huge. All right, now I want the no BS answer here, okay? Do you see value in this product? Like, let's just know for what you paid, it's not cheap, it's comparable to what an agency costs. Like, no BS. Like, what is missing? What do you want to see in it? Or, like, where are you at with the playbook?
Yeah. Yeah, I've for sure. There's huge value in it. Honestly, I think if anybody thinks that reinvesting in their education is not valuable, they're kidding themselves. Like it's the best thing you can do is learn yourself. Because even if you get to a point where you go, you know what, I'm too busy to do this, you can hire on an agency, you can hire on somebody to manage it for you, but you're gonna be knowledgeable enough to make sure that you're getting a good ROI on it. Make sure
Yeah,
they're doing the stuff that they need to be doing, right?
yeah.
So 100%. Yeah. You're investing in your own education here, and it will pay off tenfold for sure.
No, that's good to hear. Awesome. I think that's it for me, boss man. Kat, you sure you got nothing else to ask?
No, that's fantastic. Thank you, Austin. We really appreciate the feedback, and we're excited that
Yeah.
you're enjoying the playbook so far.
Yeah, I'm excited to keep going with it.
Perfect. All right, bro. Well, listen, you have a good day, and we'll see you on the winning side.
Sounds good. See you guys. Take care.
Yeah.